Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. No more Kody Pass. The land plots that were initially meant for the dream homes of the once polygamous family have been sold by Sister Wives stars Kody Brown, Robin Brown, Meri Brown, and Janelle Brown. The 14 acres of land known as Kody Pass was sold for a profit at $1,500,000, and In Touch can attest that it is no longer owned by the Brown family. The property was first bought by the Brood in 2018, and they made $680,000 from its sale. The news was initially reported by the U.S. Sun. Meri, 54, and Janelle, 55, each owned 25% of the property, while Kody, 56, and Robin, 46, owned 50%. On April 24, 2025, one of the 2.42-acre plots in Kody and Robin's name sold for $305,000 at listing. The price of a 2.42-acre plot in Meri and Janelle's names, in which they each own 50% of the property, was $305,000. The fourth 5.19-acre portion went for $490,000, while the third, for 0.48-acre parcel sold for $400,000. Weeks after In Touch verified earlier this month that the land had been redivided, the sale has taken place. According to property records in Coconino County, Arizona, Kody and his current wife, Robin, transferred a section of Kody Pass to Meri and Janelle on March 27th, ostensibly making up for previous injustices. After the changes, Janelle and Meri each held 25% of the company, while Kody and Robin owned 50%. In July 2022, shortly after their separation after 25 years of spiritual marriage, Christine Woolley née Brown, who was married to Kody from March 1994 to November 2021, sold her portion of the property outside to him and Robin for a mere $10. Kody had originally planned to build a single, spacious home on Kody Pass with his 4 wives at the time and their kids. The 52-year-olds Robin, Meri, Janelle, and Christine swiftly rejected the plan, and Kody instead intended to construct 5 separate homes, one for each of his wives and one for himself and family get-togethers. Due to the COVID-19 outbreak, plans to build on the area were put on hold, hence Kody Pass remained undeveloped. The family's 4 residences in Las Vegas, Nevada, took longer than anticipated to sell, which further delayed the construction process. After Christine left the family, things became increasingly problematic. In December 2022, Janelle became the second of Kody's spouses to go, and in January 2023, Kody and Meri confirmed their separation. Throughout Sister Wives, viewers have witnessed the consequences of the breakups, including Kody Pass's demise. Since Kody had earlier asserted that they weren't entitled to the same amount of the property as him, Meri and Janelle battled for their share. In a January 26th episode of the TLC series, he stated, "We didn't pay for Kody Pass all equally. At least 92% of the entire lot was paid for by me alone. Christine, Janelle, Meri, and Robin just chipped in for the remaining acres of the Arizona property," Kody said. Additionally, Kody and Robin disclosed that they were thinking about selling the house. Meri and Janelle, however, didn't support the plan. Meri stated of Kody during a video conference with Janelle, "I don't think you get to decide what we do with it. I apologize, but you are not my family's leader." Janelle Brown, actress of Sister Wives, has shared a heartbreaking update about her flower farm, Tata Farms. Together with Maddie Brown and Caleb Brush, her daughter and son-in-law, she owns the land in North Carolina. Regretfully, they're having difficulties, which has made the business more difficult. For further information, continue reading. Janelle Brown provides horrible farm news. Janelle Brown was prepared to purchase some land during Sister Wives' 19th season. She was no longer interested in building on Kody Pass because she had left the plural family. She had thought that she would receive a share of the land's sale revenues from her ex-husband, Kody Brown. Or she pondered whether he would simply buy her and Meri Brown, his other ex-wife, out. However, he asserted that until he sold Robin Brown's estate, he would not have the funds to reimburse Janelle and Meri. The women had to get a lawyer once they realized he would never be truthful with them. Meanwhile, Janelle and Meri Brownbrush, her daughter, inspected Montana land. After that, they made their home on a North Carolina flower farm. Janelle decided to go from Flagstaff to join Meri, who already lived in North Carolina. They began selling items associated with their land, which they titled Tata Farms, but people questioned whether there would be more. They apparently wanted to begin planting as soon as possible, but sadly, that plan has fallen through. She revealed that they had to relocate the farm to the backyard due to unanticipated circumstances. Our big garden dreams are going to the backyard because of delays, hang-ups, and the incredibly unpredictable world of coastal and sea permitting, bless it. Back there, Maddie and Caleb had a big chicken coop, but for the time being, it's being turned into their dream. The Sister Wives actress displayed her son-in-law's workspace and the designated area. It is a good place to start and looks fairly roomy. One follower, a North Carolina contractor, was interested in their permission problems after seeing this. Bringing it to pass, Janelle Brown and her family were making things work, and Sister Wives fans were thrilled for them. They were going to start expanding regardless of the situation. The soil will be nice and fertile, therefore it's great that you are placing it where the chicken coop was. Red Heart. All of you are incredibly adept at adjusting to whatever life may you. With what you have, start where you are flex biceps medium light skin tone. This will be the ideal trial year because there is a steep learning curve and something new every season. You're doing a fantastic job and pivots are unavoidable. Continue forward, smiling face with heart eyes, Red Heart, raising hands. Fans are eager to see the final result, although there was a lot of appreciation. Whether Janelle's new farm gets included into the final episodes of Season 19 will be intriguing to watch. Christine Brown, star of Sister Wives, has experienced many things in her life. She was miserable despite having been married to Kody for a long time. She ultimately made the decision to leave the problematic marriage because she wanted to better herself. She later fell in love with David after they met on a dating app. Now that they are married, they proudly refer to one another as their soulmates. David, who had previously been married, gave Christine another chance. Fans adore seeing the pair together because they are genuine in their goals. Both Christine and David are in their 50s. Despite their numerous health issues, they are currently in the finest possible condition. They use Plexus to reduce weight and are quite active. David disclosed that he had been diagnosed with a chronic illness during their medical adventure. He also disclosed the steps he is doing and how he is overcoming it. David went on to state that he is maintaining his health and fitness by adopting specific lifestyle choices. Sister Wives, Christine Brown is making a significant declaration. Together with David, Christine is beginning a new life. At the moment, the diva is progressively growing her Airbnb rental business. Before starting a new home, she owned a hurricane house. As part of a special opening deal, customers who book 3 nights can get the 4th night free, according to Christine. Christine also described the enjoyable activities and facilities on the site. Christine, one of the Sister Wives, is helping David with his chronic illness. David Woolley and Christine Brown are making an effort to stay as physically fit as possible. They're trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle, which entails eating a balanced diet and exercising frequently. Christine has drastically lost weight by using and promoting multi-level marketing goods, particularly Plexus. In a recent Instagram video, the two disclosed that David had diabetes. In order to fight diseases, he has altered his way of living. David went on to claim that Christine persuaded him to embrace this new way of living and use Plexus to improve his health. Christine went on to say that everyone has a loved one who is extremely stubborn. It's David in her life. She also mentioned that David had lost 25 pounds and she had shed roughly 40 pounds. Both of them are in the greatest possible health and feel considerably better. Christine also encouraged her Instagram followers to follow her exercise routine and use the items. David acknowledged in the video that Plexus has assisted him in managing his long-term medical issues. David went on to say that he no longer eats anything sweet. "I have changed my style, and Christine has convinced me of this," he stated. He acknowledged that he is the world's most obstinate individual. Nevertheless, he was pleasantly surprised by the pill's beneficial benefits after using it. David's fans are pleased that he is now improving his health and taking care of himself. David and Christine are working and making the required lifestyle adjustments despite the difficulties of managing a chronic disease. Nonetheless, eating a healthy diet is crucial. Before using any product, it is advisable to evaluate it and, if one feels inclined, seek advice from a dietitian. Continue reading TV season spoilers for more thrilling Sister Wives news. It has been reported that Sister Wives actress Kody Brown was angry with Christine Brown because their 13-year-old daughter lived with her mother's boyfriend. But it looks like the mother of 6 could have found a solution to her Kody's grievance today. It also happened just before the start of season 18 on TLC. Traveling Sister Wives Brown, Christine. Christine Brown surprised Kody Brown and her fans by moving into a new home not long ago. However, since relocating to Utah to raise a family, this was her second new home. She took the initiative to leave Flagstaff and head to Utah after splitting from Kody. Christine abandoned the majority of the Sister Wives family, including her 13-year-old youngest child, Truly Brown, to start a new life in that state. The two of them have made their house luxurious because Truly is the only child who is still living there. The mother and daughter seemed happy in their new surroundings. After then, Christine exclaimed that she had discovered her real love. Soon after, she became engaged to David Woolley. Soon later, the newlyweds and Truly purchased a home together, where they presently reside. Kody Brown reportedly had a problem with this. Kody Brown unhappy with Christine Brown's living situation. Christine Brown moved from Flagstaff to Utah and then to another home in the same state, packing up and moving to and from 3 different residences over the period of many months. In the first few months following Christine's divorce announcement, Kody Brown seemed to still be living in denial. However, it has been said that when the Sister Wives patriarch learned that Christine had moved in with David Woolley, he was a little surprised. Fans found it ironic. This man had affairs with 4 separate women over a large portion of his adult life. Now, he has a problem with Christine's new lifestyle. He reportedly didn't like the impression his 13-year-old daughter got from this living situation. Apparently, he thought they should get married before they could live together. The news that the mother of 6 was living with David Woolley was likely welcomed by Robin Brown. The word divorce, which Christine used, was met with a lot of hostility. Robin became certain that her co-wife could not use the term divorced. Christine, in the opinion of Kody's youngest wife, was still married. This is due to their religion's belief that a woman remains married until she has an affair. Thus, it seems likely that Robin's divorce idea was fulfilled. It seems that she may no longer assert that her former Sister Wives co-wife is prohibited from using the term divorced. Robin's theory states that Christine is now able to formally declare her divorce. However, her fans think she said "I do's" not too long ago. Sister Wives, marriage, you say. One video shows Christine Brown wearing a wedding band. It not only holds her engagement ring but also hangs gracefully off her finger. There is no doubt about it for some Sister Wives fans today. Some admirers claim that Christine Brown is secretly married. While talking about a recent event she attended last weekend, Christine handed the salesperson from the bridal boutique a thank you card. She was appreciative of this person for helping her select an outfit. It was the incredibly low off-the-shoulder dress she wore to the event, as seen here. The criticism for the low-cut attire came next. She also said she enjoyed wearing the provocative outfit, even admitting it was absolutely outside her comfort zone. This Sister Wives actor seems to be moving in time with her own drummer. Her lively attitude is one of the things that fans of the TLC series seem to love most about her. She was dressed in black. It's not the typical color for a wedding dress. You never know with Christine, though. Were the wedding bells ringing in silence for Christine? Did she and David Woolley get married in secret? She may have eloped, according to certain theories. But if she did, the 18-year-old father on Sister Wives would have nothing to complain about. Kody Brown is furious because Christine is reportedly unmarried and pressuring Truly to adopt a lifestyle that he strongly disagrees with. So, did Christine beat Kody this time? She declined to marry Kody due to her reported complaints. But she could have sped up the timeline a little to stop those objections. As he often does on their TLC show, Kody's objection is less justified because viewers assume Christine Brown is married now. Sister wives shocker. Janelle, Meri, Robyn, and Kody Brown sell Coyote Pass land for $1.5 million. What it means for their future. Introduction. In a bombshell announcement that has left fans of Sister Wives buzzing, Janelle, Meri, Robyn, and Kody Brown have made a huge decision. They've sold their Coyote Pass land for a staggering $1.5 million. The once promised land of unity, future homes, and family expansion is now officially off the table, and fans are clamoring to know what this move means for the family's future. Will this be the end of their polygamous dreams, or is something even more shocking on the horizon? In this deep dive, we break down the impact of this major sale, explore the surprising motivations behind the decision, and ask the million-dollar question, why now? Chapter 1. The Dream That Never Was, How Coyote Pass Land Symbolized Kody Brown's Vision. For years, the land at Coyote Pass in Flagstaff, Arizona, was seen as the physical manifestation of Kody Brown's polygamous dream. When the family first purchased the expansive property, fans believed it would be a place of reunion and renewal, a spot where all four wives would build their homes in harmony, alongside Kody and their combined children. The grand vision? To create a family compound that would allow them to live side by side, united as one unit. But what started as a symbol of Kody's hope for the future has quickly devolved into a symbol of strife, division, and frustration. As tensions between Kody and his wives mounted, and the land was repeatedly left undeveloped, it became increasingly clear that this dream was no longer shared by all. With the sale of Coyote Pass, the Browns have cut ties with that dream altogether. But why now? Why is the family finally walking away from what was once their future? Chapter 2. The Family Fallout. How tensions led to this unprecedented decision. Over the years, we've witnessed an ongoing shift in the dynamic between Kody and his wives. From Janelle's growing independence to Meri's emotional struggles and Robyn's increasingly pivotal role, the cracks in the family structure have been impossible to ignore. While the land initially represented the family's collective future, the reality of their fractured relationships eventually caught up with them. Kody's strained relationships with Janelle and Meri, in particular, were a growing issue. The two wives have voiced their dissatisfaction with their roles within the family, and both have made it clear that they're not interested in the polygamous lifestyle that Kody had envisioned for them. Meri, in particular, has grown distant from Kody after the dramatic fallout from her catfishing scandal, while Janelle's decision to leave the family's shared home and move into a more independent living situation only added fuel to the fire. Meanwhile, Robyn, once the chosen wife, has become increasingly isolated from the rest of the family, with many fans accusing her of playing a significant role in the growing rift. Could the sale of Coyote Pass signal that the Browns are finally realizing that their dream of living as one family is beyond repair? Chapter 3. Janelle's bold move. How her growing independence led to this shift. When Janelle Brown made the brave decision to leave Kody and embrace a new chapter in her life, it was clear that things had reached a breaking point. The detox journey she's been documenting on social media has been one of personal growth, self-discovery, and stepping into her power as an individual. But it wasn't just the 2025 detox that led Janelle to this point. Her frustrations with the lack of progress at Coyote Pass were long building. Janelle has often expressed her desire for stability and independence, and it seems that the Coyote Pass land was simply another broken promise on a long list of disappointments. Her move to sell the land with the rest of the family speaks volumes about her desire to break free from the toxic cycle of waiting for a dream that will never materialize. What's next for Janelle? Is she finally closing the door on her polygamous past for good? Chapter 4. Meri's emotional turmoil. How Coyote Pass was a reflection of her struggles. Meri Brown's personal journey has been a roller coaster of emotional ups and downs. From her tumultuous relationship with Kody to her heartbreaking catfishing incident, Meri has endured more than her fair share of public drama. But it's her emotional attachment to Coyote Pass that has truly been a reflection of her complicated relationship with the family. For years, Meri was the one left out in the cold, both figuratively and literally, as her relationship with Kody became increasingly strained. While the other wives bonded with Kody over shared interests and family responsibilities, Meri seemed to grow further and further removed. The land at Coyote Pass, once meant to unite them, has instead come to symbolize the deep fractures within her marriage to Kody. With the sale of the land, it's clear that Meri is finally moving on, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Is this the final straw in her relationship with Kody, or is she simply taking control of her destiny and preparing for a new chapter? Chapter 5. Robyn's controversial role. Is this her master plan?